Weight loss doesn't have to be confusing and complicated, and I know it may feel like that sometimes with all of the information out there, but let's change that. Let's make this as simple and easy as possible. This way you can stop being paralyzed with the feeling of overwhelm, and so you can start taking action so you can finally see sustainable weight loss progress, just like me and my online clients. All right, so we're gonna break this down into 4 pillars or 4 topics. I got my notes here. I'm a very simple man. I like simple drawings. And for the sake of this, again, we're gonna keep it easy and simple. There's more to it, but I'm just gonna give you what you need. And if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to leave a comment. And the 4 pillars are gonna be mindset, activity, nutrition, and sleep. It's not in any particular order, but mindset is gonna be the most important part in my opinion, so let's go over that now. First off, you will not be perfect. You will slip up. There are gonna be days where you fall off. You're going to eat off plan. You're not going to make it to the gym. That is a part of the process, and that's totally normal. You can't put so much pressure on yourself to feel like you need to be perfect, because all that leads to is this yo-yo dieting effect. You start and you stop, you start and you stop, because you feel like, oh, I've messed up, so I'll start again on Monday. That's what we want to avoid with all of this. So when you have those slip-ups, that's okay. Just keep on moving on. But the important thing with that is learning why it happened so that you can make sure that it happens less in the future. And that's how you learn. Another big thing about this is pre-planning and setting your intentions, being super intentional with the things that you're doing. The goal isn't to do as much as you can, it's to do the least amount of things to get the biggest results. And so by focusing on these 3 other pillars, that's gonna set you up for success. And that's going to be the least amount of work for the most progress possible. And so on that topic, look at your schedule. Pre-plan. What do you have going on for the week? Where can you put your workout sessions? Where can you make time to cook some meals? How can you get more effective so you can get more sleep? Look at what you have going on and set these things in stone. Treat them just like you would treat a doctor's appointment. You set it in your calendar and you go to it. Why prioritize someone else's time like that and not yours? You made an appointment with your doctor or your dentist, and so you honor that. But a lot of times we set priorities or appointments with ourselves and we fall short. So why do we keep doing that to ourselves? It's the same thing. And the last thing that we'll cover with this mindset thing is focusing and really dialing things in. Not this 1 foot in, 1 foot out mentality. Because the thing about that is the way that we build motivation on this weight loss journey is to see progress. And the slower the progress, the less motivated, the less fired up you'll feel on this journey. So how do we see the most amount of progress in a short period of time is really focusing and really dialing it in, being really intentional, even for a few weeks at a time, but especially in the beginning, because that's gonna fire you up. That's gonna give you the motivational boost to continue to keep going. And just understand that this is a period, this is a phase. What you're doing for your nutrition and your activity and all of this isn't necessarily what you need to do to maintain these things. Now they're gonna be very similar, but you'll have more flexibility, you'll be able to eat out more, you'll be able to have more quote unquote fun foods. And so to the best of your ability, really lock in for a few weeks or months, depending on how much you wanna lose. And then you can transition into a more flexible maintenance phase. And by the way, if you want some extra guidance while you're getting started with this, you can get signed up for 30 days of me sending you short daily emails packed with quick insights, simple mindset shifts, and no fluff tips to keep your weight loss goals top of mind. You can get that today. That will be the first link down in the description. All right, second pillar, let's talk about activity. So that's going to be 2 simple things: steps and strength training. Do not overcomplicate this. Don't look for optimal. Don't look, what is the best workout split? What is the best workout program? Just do what you can handle for your schedule. So I want you to think to yourself, how many days a week can you make it to the gym on your worst week? And I know you're feeling fired up and you're probably going to want to do more, but the thing about that is we build momentum, we build motivation by being consistent with these things. And if you set out to go to the gym 7 days a week and you fall short, you're demotivating yourself. You're showing yourself that you are not capable of this, which may make you fall back into your old ways. And that's not what we want. We want to build that momentum. So start off small and you can always build up over the course of the weeks. All right, let's talk about steps. This is going to be different for everyone depending on how many steps you're taking already. And so in an ideal world, you would want to take how many steps you're getting on a daily basis and increase that by maybe 1,000 or 2,000. But if you have no clue how many steps you've been taking, I'll just give you a very general guideline. I want you to aim for 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day. And if that still feels overwhelming and a lot to you, start with where you're comfortable at and remember to slow slowly build your way up. This is going to give you a really good benchmark as far as how much activity you should have throughout the day. And it simplifies things because if you're not hitting your daily steps and you're not seeing the progress that you want, it's very black and white. And it takes the emotions out of this whole journey. Because what happens is a lot of times we could feel like, oh, I'm working so hard, but I'm not seeing any progress. And if we can actually just look back, are you doing the work or not? Then you can be honest with yourself and be like, okay, I just need to step my game up a little bit, pun intended. Same thing goes for your nutrition, which we'll talk about next. So have a step goal and strength train a few times a week. All right, let's talk about nutrition. Most of your fat loss is going to be driven through your nutrition. And so even if you feel like I don't have time to work out, I don't have all of that, that's okay. Because the beautiful thing is that you can still make amazing weight loss progress with just your nutrition. Now, will you get better results with a combination of nutrition and activity? Absolutely. But if you are in a situation where you can only focus on one thing or you don't have time to work out, nutrition is what you should be focusing on. And for that, you're going to track your calories and track your protein. That's it. And it doesn't matter what app you use. If you have an app that you feel comfortable with and you've already been using, go with that. My favorite food tracking app is Chronometer, and that's what I recommend to my clients who are tracking their calories and their protein, because not all of them are, which we'll talk about in a second. I like Chronometer because all of their inputs are verified and it's not user input. It just eases things knowing that what's in Chronometer is probably accurate. All right, so you're probably like, wait, not all your clients track their calories and their protein. Yes, but if you want the fastest results, tracking your calories and your protein is the way to go. And if you're not ready for that just yet and you want an easy way to approach your nutrition, just stick to whole natural foods. I give my clients specific structures and more guidelines to follow because I know their background, but for you, just sticking to whole natural foods will be plenty. And there's nothing super magical about that. It just helps you reduce the amount of calories you're eating and will help you stay more full and satisfied compared to eating a lot of this processed stuff. Just think fruits, vegetables, meats, rice, potatoes, and I also wouldn't use the calories and the protein goal that some of these apps give you because they're not the best at that. And so if you need to calculate your calories and your protein goals for you, I'll leave a link to my calorie calculator down in the description. And lastly, let's talk about sleep. Just get as much sleep as you possibly can. And I know there are certain situations like new parents where you're only getting 3 hours, 4 hours of broken sleep. But if you are in a position to spend less time watching Netflix or on social media and to get more sleep, do it. It will only make this weight loss process so much easier. You'll have more energy because you'll be well rested. You'll have less hunger and less cravings because a poor night of sleep will kick up those cravings and your hunger. And you'll have more energy and willpower to be able to do the workouts necessary for you to get better progress. And so if you're not prioritizing your sleep and you're intentionally getting 4 or 5 hours, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And you could feel so much better and have better weight loss progress if you prioritize your sleep. We can properly function or get through the day, but that doesn't mean it's optimal. And if your baseline has just become you being tired and lethargic, you don't know how much better you could feel. Try it out for a week, see for yourself. I promise you, you'll feel so much better. And so a target to shoot for 7 to 9 hours. And that's it. Let's not overcomplicate it. Take action because that's the most important thing. If you have follow-up questions, let me know down in the comments. All of the resources that you need are linked down in the description. And so go out there and crush your weight loss goals.